truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right, ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at it again with another topic that is controversial. Have women put up the for sale sign to obtain them? Well, in my opinion, in my evaluation, through the numbers, to the complaints, to watching and observing, yes, women have put up the for sale sign. They are for sale. What's up, Lord ADS? Yeah, women have put up the for sale sign. And a lot of men are in denial. Right? A lot of the homies are in denial of that. You need to be in a position, particularly economically efficient or better, to attain damn near 99% of women. You need to be in an economic position for you to even think about talking about marriage. These women aren't coming and joining a man in a lifelong journey or even a date if they even sense that there's broke energy. And they're making it known. They're saying everything they feel. There is no way, no how, that you're getting these women for free. Now, back in the day, even then, you know, they were the same way, but a little less, right? They would give it up free in hopes of getting paid in the end. Now, they're coming out front. The only way you're getting using free sex at this point of a woman or time of the woman, if you're in junior high, high school. Period. Once y'all turn 18, she's getting rid of you. Once she turns a sub age, and the bills are coming in, and you're not able to lift those bills off her plate, she's gonna get rid of you. I don't understand why this is hard to believe. Oh, I understand. Because then that will go against, there's good women out there. And I got a video, because we're going to break this down. I got a lot more to break down about it, but we're going to go to this video, and we're going to see some examples.
Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to make this video because I want to bash a man or anything of that nature. I want to make this video because I want a man to understand that you have to come politically correct when you're coming at a woman that has her things together. So many men I've had 3 different guys reach out to me today. Oh, you're not working today? Oh, what are you doing today? It's always, what you doing, what you doing, what you doing. It's never, hey, can you plan an off day so that we can go and do this or have this planned? I'm literally getting ready. Let me start over. I took today off. I took today off to go to a hair appointment, and because I have midterms tomorrow. So I need to have some time to myself to study, and I want to go get my hair done later on so that, I'm feeling good about myself. I'm looking cute, I'm waist training. I'm over here just, I'm in my mode. You know what I mean? Like, it's my reset day. Okay. And I've had 3 different men reach out to me today and ask me to pull up on them. Pull up on you. Pull up on you, but you haven't planned anything. You didn't say, hey, why don't you take a day off and let's plan something so that we can spend some time together, or let's plan a nice little date. I'm telling him, like one guy, I'm telling him, I'm like, I'm going to get my hair done. He like, oh, you busy today? Da-da-da-da. Not, oh, how much is your hair? Oh, is there any way?
Wow, these women is always begging. Why does everything always come back to money? Honestly. And as a person that has done really well in my life right now.
Because they're putting the for sale sign up. They're putting the for sale sign up. These women are putting the for sale sign up. They are naming their price. Either you're going to pay or get out the fuck out their way. And that's what they're saying.
Financially, I think that is like the biggest turnoff ever, is a chick that's begging. Honest to God, all I see on the internet nowadays from women is talking, and it don't even matter what subject that we talking about. It could be about, whether or not guys are masculine or feminine or liberal and conservative, and why guys are not approaching anymore. And it always comes back down to, like, why you ain't like offering to pay for my groceries when you spoke to me in the grocery store, or real men make sure that they pay for everything. And are you ready to do this? And are you ready to do that? And I don't know if it's just my timeline, or, I see chicks on the very bottom rung. If 1,000 people just send me $2, I can get my kids school clothes and pay the rent. Or it's always money. And I thank God, I truly thank God in my life that nobody has ever asked me for money. And the interesting part is that I'm very generous.
Well, hi, welcome to the show, Zyrax, Chat Gang. Damn straight, it ain't for free. Come on, Rufus. And Zyrax, I'm not delusional. I know it's not for free. I don't really think it's ever really been totally free, because I think men have been paying for dates forever. And I think men have been the breadwinners more so back in the day than now. But yeah, I know I figured that out real quick growing up. That if you want to obtain at least a relationship that's going to, be healthy and last a little while, you have to have income. But especially now, right? The women are literally, see, back in the day, women used to set the trap, right? They used to set the trap. They really didn't come out and say, hey, we want all your money. Hey, you need to pay our bills. No, they would pretend like they laughed at your stupid ass jokes. They would pretend that they really give a fuck about your dysfunctional family. Just to play, they got along. They got along to get along to get the prize, right? They want to see, okay, I'm gonna do all this shit, fake it, tell if we fucking make it. That's what women did in the old days. That was their way of doing it, right? They were smooth with it. They were now in 2025, these women are no longer planning or tricking or deceiving men. They are coming out and saying, nigga, pay to play or get the fuck out their way. And that's what they're saying. And the men, a lot of the homies are delusional. Yeah, but which is cool. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of men are delusional because they think they obtain their women through their personality and character, not, their economic efficiency and being able to provide a certain type of lifestyle, right? They don't think that's why she ultimately married him or was with him for all these years. When in fact, that's exactly why they with him. She's using him, he using her. We using each other. We use y'all for sex and reproduction. Y'all use us for sex, money, and to cater to your ego and your emotions, right? That's what we do. We are users. We each use each other. But what we are seeing these new women coming in, they're putting up the for sale sign, literally saying for sale, right? They are putting up a for sale sign. Like that lady said in the video. She said, oh, he asked me, so are you good? Okay. Then pull up. Oh, what do you mean pull up? Oh, you busy? Okay. She said he should supposed to say, how much of your hair? Okay, let me cash app you that. That's what these women are demanding. They're not negotiating. Even if they really like you, even if they really think you're handsome, great sex, just a great person in general, but for them to further along to even give you a chance at a relationship or exclusivity with them, to be with them, you got to pass the test of, you gonna pay these bills? I got my nails done, get my lashes done, I got a phone bill, I got a car payment. Now they ain't gonna really too much demand the rent off the top, but they want you to at least start out showing some sort of submission, right? And that submission is, are you just going to pay? And this is the new era ushering in. No more courting, vetting, pay to play or get the fuck out the way. That's what's going on. And I don't want to say it, but it is. The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. Right?
Oh God. It's on you tonight. Yeah. Oh God. It's on you tonight.
Yep. She looked like, what the fuck? She was like, what the fuck? He grabbed that, he passed her that bill. She was like, no, the fuck way. Right? She did not want any parts of that bill.
Oh God. It's on you tonight.
Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face.
Most of these girls don't care if you're unattractive. They don't care if you're rude. They don't care if you're mean. They don't care if you have multiple baby mothers. They don't care if you look after your kids. They don't care if you look after your family. They don't care if you're diligent, if you're entrepreneurial, if you have a brain in your head. Just have money. And it's super easy to get them in bed as well. Just tell them that you're a provider, that you don't want your woman to work, that you want to pay for everything. Ask her what color Birkin she wants. And also, what's great about this is you don't even have to have the money. As long as you can present like you have the money, oh, baby, you're good to go. Put on a little rollie, even if you borrow it from your friends. Same with the chain. Get some drip, even if you're borrowing it. Even if it's last season's drip, if she's not sure, you're fine. Just look like you have money.
On that note, on that last note right there, I knew a guy out here in LA. Okay, I didn't personally know him, but I knew a guy who had a friend who used to literally curate his dating profiles with fake brand name clothing, bags, rent cars, rent really luxurious places to take photo shoots in. If you stumbled on his actual dating page, you would think this man is a millionaire based on how he presented himself. It was a complete lie. He barely could keep up a job, but he did really well in presenting a very false image of him being rich. Now, there are a lot of these type of women out here in LA and across.
Hey, you do what you gotta do, bro, to get you some of that coochie. You do what you gotta do, bro. Listen, if a man is pretending that he got money to get pussy, it's because that's what the requirement is to get pussy. These women are literally pocket checking. And if you don't look like, if you look broke, you're a joke. If you look broke, they're not even, they're like, you don't exist to them. You do not exist to them. You're almost invisible. You literally have to bump into them and they got to like, oh, excuse me, oh, sorry. And they will keep pushing. The only way you don't need money, really, you don't need to dress up really nice and you go get you some coochie is the strip club. You can dress in whatever, strip club. Because they know before you get back there, you better be shelling out them dollars. But if you're in the street, in a club, like a regular club, party, women they're looking at your clothes, looking what kind of shoes you wear, to what kind of car you drive. These women are smart too. They even know what kind of Rolex watches. They understand shoes. They even understand quiet luxury, right? They know everything, every little detail, the designer. So you don't even have to wear Gucci for them to know that you have a designer. They can look at the threading. These women are on it. And they want the guys that potentially take care of their bills. This is who the women want now. And I know it's a little hard for people to grasp this, but the truth is the truth. They don't want your character.
I have 100 videos about this on my page, but it is stupid. And men know that this is what you guys are looking out for. So they're using it to get you in the bed. So Godspeed and good luck. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
Hey guys, did you know that I'm on Facebook? Go ahead and hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section. If you're on Facebook, give me a follow. People who want serious relationships that lead to marriage, it won't stop you from that woman disrespecting you. No, it doesn't. It won't stop you from having horrible communication issues with that woman. Money will not turn a 304 into a housewife. It won't show a woman how to properly cooperate with you and be a helpmate within a marriage. What am I talking about? We see all the time a lot of women who complain about men lacking emotional intelligence. They'll complain about men not being able to work things out as far as being able to talk about their feelings. And they'll also complain about how men don't sustain relationships with quality dates and they don't know how to be vulnerable. They'll complain about all this lack of emotional intelligence when the majority of these chicks only qualify and stress the importance of you being able to provide for them. And it's that provision and you've been able to pay all their bills that they're using as the number one check mark for you to get into a relationship. And while finances are important, every woman who's asking for this top earning man to get into a relationship with, or a man who can pay his bills and her bills, doesn't understand that that's not what's going to sustain that relationship. It will fail if that's the number one thing at the top of your list. Because what's going to happen if you wife up one of these chicks who says, okay, so you're able to pay my bills and okay, the sex is good. Okay, cool. Yes. And she thinks that you are a man who she thinks she wants to marry. She's going to get into that relationship. And as time goes on, she's going to find a reason to complain, because those two things alone will not equal a fulfilled relationship, will not equal a fulfilled marriage. And there are too many women out here who don't understand this concept. Again, you may be able to attract these women, a lot of them, with the money, because they're thinking, oh, he's a provider. But as soon as you try to cooperate with them long term, you start seeing red flags and their true personality starts to show. They literally cannot cooperate with the man, bro. And men who use this tactic of leveraging their resources and have these women in rotations, all they do is just wait for one of these chicks to mess up. They know you can't control your mouth. You're going to disrespect him eventually, and he'll cut you off. They know that you have no sexual discipline, right? You're going to do some shit on some girl's trip. You might cheat on him. You're not ready for a real relationship. And for men out here, you want to avoid women who believe that money saves relationships. It doesn't.
And that's a fact. Money doesn't save relationships, but it will destroy it if you don't have it. Whether you have it or not, money will. Right, it won't save the relationship. It won't make the relationship better. But if you don't have it, you won't have one relationship at all. Even if a woman bet on you, this is very rare, but there are some women out here, even if she bets on you to be able to get to a certain point, you better believe, she's got a ticker on you. You got a certain amount of time to get it together or she's out. This is the demand. Women demand what they want from the man or from the men. Women don't ask, they demand. For you to get a relationship, to put her on your arm, to have some sort of, I guess, sexual access, continual, you have to meet her demands. And part of her demands is a provider. And at the top or second place on her list of that is either money, first place, or second place money. Now, that'll get your foot in the door. Now, it might not necessarily be able to sustain, because like my gentleman said, personalities might clash. You guys might not be compatible. Or maybe she's just too, bipolar, whatever it is, right? But to get the foot in the door, to have sexual relation for a certain amount of time, you have to meet with 98% of these women financial qualification. Now, just to get regular sex, just to get some pussy, you just gotta look good and have a little swag. You can get your pussy. And if she's drunk at a party or something, now who feels good about that? Who feels good? Because typically, that's just going to be for a one night stand. Or it's going to be a situationship, and that's what you're on. Cool. But if you're looking for something to sustain, women are demanding you pay for all those motherfucking dates. Women are demanding you help her with her bills. This is not an option anymore. Now, women, will they talk to you if you don't pay their bills? They put you in the friend zone. Yeah, they put you in the friend zone. But if you want a relationship, you want her to be your queen, on your arm, going out to dinners and spending time, even Netflixing and chilling, you're going to have to be or have potential or be ready to take on her personality and her financial position. So I don't know why a lot of us are in denial, about, women, there's good women out here. There's good women out here they don't want us. She don't want my money. She don't care about my money. And a lot of you niggas is trickable. A lot of you niggas trickable. They trick you. You offer to pay for something, like, no, I'm good. And you insist, oh, no, I'll take care of it. No. And then you like, damn, that's the bait, nigga. That's game. That's women with game. Oh, I pay to get your nails done. Like, no, I got it. That's okay. Thank you, though. But, but then if you keep her persistent, right? She'll look, I'm going to pay for your nails this time. Last week, I didn't pay. She'll say, okay. But what she's doing is these women got game. They might turn down some little. Now, they never pay for dinner date. But if you offer to pay for the nails or something, they might like, no, I got it. I got this da-da-da. Because trying to bait you in. These women try to slow roll you. Because if they see that you're, if they try to get you for the long term, no, you gotta pay for my nails. I got it. I pay for my own nails. And then as soon as you start calling, y'all talk on the phone, and then you're gonna offer again because she knows you're gonna offer again. Oh, hey, baby, let me pay for the nails this time. I got you. You sure? That's what you're gonna say. You sure? Yeah, no problem. What's the price? Oh, $150, $120, $150. I got that. I'm gonna cash that to you right now. Okay, but thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, such a sweetheart. Thank you, baby. And then Would she hang up with you? Got him. Got him. And this is the game that they play. Some of them. But a lot of them now are just saying, fuck that. Why are you asking me, how am I doing, when you should be sending me money? Or asking me, how much do I need? So a lot of these women are on that time. They don't give a fuck. They don't want to be with the guy if he can't meet her demands.
Why we say that? You know, like
You just let it be like Prince
the symbol.
or the color.
It's pretty good.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, mind blown.
Wow, I just exploded.
You can say mind blown without the sound effect. Mind blown. Oh, such a gentle explosion.
It goes better with the explosion.
For sure.
Goes a little
No,
better.
it goes better with this.
Ooh.
Hilarious.
All right, so this is a topic that a lot of people have challenges with. I would say it one way, but this is the topic we're talking about. Should you split the rent or the mortgage in your house? You know, somebody you're living with, you know, your spouse, boo, your bae. Should you split the rent? But my question becomes, should you split also like the bills? Like you take everything, put it in a pot, you pay 50%, I pay 50%. But let's talk about rent, mortgage. Should you? What do you think?
Rod?
No, go ahead. I know you got the most
You know
deep
what?
compassion.
This tells me that this is
I
about
want to
be
hear what
interesting.
your positions
This
are
is about
because
to
I'm
be
pretty
interesting.
sure I already know, but
To me, this is one of those conversations I don't like to get into because I think America has gotten, this is the way my mom and daddy did it, or this is the way my household did it, so that's law. But
Mhm.
what works for you don't work for everybody.
Right.
Everybody can't do the same exact thing.
Right.
I know some families where the husband pays all the bills, wife doesn't do anything. I know some households where the woman is the breadwinner, they put all their money together. I know people that keep their money separate. And all these examples that I'm using, these are like relationships that are working.
Mhm.
Where I've seen one with all the money's together and they're working. I've seen one where all the money is separate and it's working. I've seen it where, oh, you pay this bill, I'm gonna pay that bill, and you pay this bill, I'm gonna pay that bill, and it's working. So I feel like people have to do what works for them. I don't feel like there's a wrong or right answer. And I think the debates get heated because people are like, this is the right way. This is where it's supposed to be. My daddy did it like this. My mama did it like this. And that's all it is. And I think I gave you an example a couple of days ago when we was talking. I knew this girl, she made $250,000 a year. And she dated a dude that made $50,000 a year, right?
Interesting.
But she was raised in a household where the man paid all the bills. And that's what she expected. So she wanted to keep her $250,000 and let her husband pay all their bills with the $50,000. That's insane.
She's a psycho.
But she was dead ass serious. And that's why these conversations to me get like, it's automatic tension. And I'm like, you don't make any sense. Your marriage is not going to last. You're going to fall apart.
And are they?
Nah, they split.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How does that make sense though? Man, honestly,
It
like, what do
doesn't.
you do with your $250,000 a
Whatever
year
she
that you make?
wants.
Spend it till it's gone.
And see, that's sad to me.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you think about generational wealth, you think about savings and what have you,
Mhm.
and so somebody is saying, "Oh my goodness, I can't wait to find a man just like him."
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me, but I will tell you this: that as a man, I feel like the biggest bill in the house, which typically is the rent or the mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take that. I got that.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I take the biggest bill I have. I'm gonna take that.
But I'm by listening to the tone of your voice, I take it that y'all keep your money separate.
No,
Y'all don't?
no.
Then there's no such thing. If y'all money is together, that's y'all money. So nobody's paying anything.
Well, okay, the way I see it is she is just gonna just kind of do her thing. Like I can't tell her, you pay this, I pay this, you pay that. It don't really work like
Right.
that. So, and there are some days in which she may just say, no, I got it.
Yeah.
But me, myself personally,
Mhm.
why I say that? I don't even know why I say that. I just feel like, that even if you would take care of it, I'm gonna slide that back to you.
Okay.
Because it's not we don't put all our money in the same pot. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's like I have money, you have money. Who got this? No matter.
Right.
I got the mortgage, though. We never gonna have to question that.
Right.
Correct.
I feel like that's one of those things. I think it's a psychological thing. It has a lot to do with how you're raised, and it has a lot to do with what you're used to. In my mind, I feel like on the base, the most basic level, my husband should be my provider. When I hear provider, I think shelter. That's the number one thing. We might not have no lights. We might got to figure out how we're going to eat, but there's a roof. I don't have to be out in the rain. I don't have to be homeless. There's a roof. And I'm like, yo, got that? Cool. I can do Wi-Fi, light bill, gas, whatever. I'm cool on that. But I feel like you, the biggest bill, which is usually living, rent, mortgage. Go on, you got to get that, Playboy.
Right. And that's cool, right? But see, both y'all scenarios seem different to me. I feel like the way you sound, like y'all money probably separate, right? And you saying y'all money.
You keep that, Playboy. You keep that, Playboy. You keep that big. You keep that big mortgage, Playboy. And once again, right? Men are delusional in this aspect to think that this is just the way it fucking is. All this character and you being a stoic, women don't give two fucks about that. If you ain't doing what they demands are, they're jumping ship. Women are demanding, and society is low-key saying it's cool to do. Because if a person find out that your wife is paying all your bills, they're gonna call you broke nigga. Men would do this. Other men would. So we are delusional. We think that the women love us because we're just so handsome. And we got this great Belgian performance. And, oh, he's my Prince Charming. And they're in denial that the girl that they think of this way is for sale. She's for sale to the highest fucking bidder. And this is why there's a strong division amongst men. Because we don't know. A lot of us are saying it's the man's fault. Another part of us is saying it's life. Another set of men is saying, you know, men are supposed to pay all the bills and this is the way it's supposed to be. And then another subset of men is saying that, you know, she needs to work and bring reciprocity. Yes. So, yeah, but here, and I do hear an argument, Zerex, of now that you fought for all these rights to be equal, to get in the workforce and abstract all your resources, your own resources, that this is not absolute anymore. This is the argument, right? That, hey, you fought for equality, you fought to be this, you know, provider of yourself, then your ability to put in is available and you should put a skin in the game. This is the argument. So back in the day when women couldn't get jobs and have bank accounts and stuff like that, or they could get jobs but they couldn't make that much money, it was okay, right? Men didn't mind paying, and plus then women weren't complaining like that either. But now, because women are complaining about men ain't this, men ain't that, the men are saying, hey, you fought for equality. You fought to go out here and work and have bank accounts and vote and all these things. And because you're complaining about men in a great unceremoniously way, now the men say, hey, well, what you bringing to the table? Because typically men, we really, if we got it, we don't have no problem paying all the bills. We don't have a problem paying the mortgage. Typically. But the only reason men are starting to turn an eye towards, the women in a way where they're saying, whoa. Why don't you put it in a pot since now that you got all these rights? Extract what resources? Well, meaning going out to be able to get hired in a job. Women are able to extract their own resources. There are women who are successful. There are women who are making 50, 60K and plus. There are women who are so educated now that they're very capable of being their own providers. So if they get with a man, they need to put in. They got access to all these resources. And I know not everybody can't be no 6-figure, right? But what men are saying, because women are complaining so much, hey, come off that bread. You work just like how we work too. Yes. So now we both work, we both pay bills. That's the argument. I'm just telling you the argument, Xerax. The argument is because you guys are unceremoniously talking about men in these spaces and in life, complaining about broke energy, complaining about this, that they don't this, that they feel like they could do better. Because you guys are divorcing, and after you're divorced and complaining, men are saying, well, shit, all of these motherfucking rights y'all fought for, you guys don't get it together. What? Yes, but once again, you just heard the video, right, Xerax? Most men are paying, I would say, I'm going to guess that 98% of men are still paying the mortgage. Which is the biggest bill. Most women really just pay for the small bills, right? Light bill, $100-something, right? Maybe a phone bill. If they're, working class, they pay for the minor stuff. And the men take upon the heavier load, right? Typically, this is a fact. But, when it comes down to both parents working, right? There is a great disparity in who's going to pay the mortgage, which is going to be the man, right? Men are paying the mortgage. That's just a fact.
It wouldn't matter.
But right. So let me tell you who has this argument the least. People who all their money goes to one place because they know where everything is. So nobody's paying for anything. They have a family pot for everything that they take care of.
Too many businesses, I couldn't do that.
Exactly.
But okay, let's talk about a guy that's a teacher and one person is a lawyer, or regular jobs. Manager at Publix, FedEx driver. Okay, boom, they're married. Okay, they're putting their $250,000 salaries together, and everything's in one pot. And I'm gonna tell you how I know this works. I got a homeboy been married for 16 years. Right? He got married. I think we both were like 23, 24, whatever, however old we was. But at the time, him and his wife made the same exact amount. But he went to this relationship finance seminar where they was talking about how to live like you're rich on a little. I'm paraphrasing the title. I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but basically it was showing how to have a lot with a little. He went to this guy's house. This guy had this amazing house, this amazing cars. And then my homeboy got curious. He's like, yo, bro, like we work at the same job. What are you doing? He said, let me sit down with you and your wife.
So men don't want to be the head of the household anymore? Y'all don't want to pay mortgage anymore? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I'm going to say it again, right? Because obviously Xerax wasn't listening. I said us men, we don't have a problem paying the mortgage. We don't. We don't have a problem doing the heavy lifting. We don't. But what we have a problem with is women's mouths. and actions. Talking about, oh, man ain't this, and why should I have to that? Now that's the only reason why men are stating, well, shit, put in, since you fought for all the equal rights. Women are talking so much shit on men that men are saying, okay, well, shit, fuck it. Because this is the only thing I don't understand about you women. If you get with a man, most times you're not going to have to pay no bills anyway. You really don't have to fight for that. But it seems like you guys want to. But you said, what's Zach say? Yes, y'all do. You complaining right now? I'm not complaining. I'm going to tell you the argument, Xyrax. I'm stating the argument that the men have. Me, I'm not complaining because guess what, Xyrax? A woman would never move in with me. That's one. Right? She going to have her house. She going to have her rent. I'm going to have my house and my rent. I'm not paying that shit. I pay for my rent. She pay for her rent. I don't give a fuck. Right? I'm not complaining. I'm not ever getting married so a woman can try. No, we're gonna be together. We're gonna have our own separate houses and have basically our separate lives when we come together and enjoy each other. So I'm not complaining. This ain't arguing for me. This argument ain't for me. Right? I pay for the dinners anyway. I pay for the dates all the time. Because I just do. Because most women I date are very, they don't have the money I have. But I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. But what I'm saying is, I'm giving you the only reason the men are complaining is Xyrax because the women are complaining. That's the only reason. If the women say right now, look, you the man, we tripping, we gonna, hey, look, just work it out. We can work this out. The men this shouldn't be done overnight. The men would jump for joy. The women are the one pushing the line of all this degradarity of my money is my money, his money is my money. You guys are pushing these ideologies. Women are fighting a fight they don't even have to fight. See, and the fight that they're fighting is an unnecessary fight because no matter what, the man pretty much who takes on them as responsibility, he's going to be able to provide. Maybe not to the level of a P. Diddy or, wealthy man, but he's going to be able to get you what you need. Even a McDonald's manager who makes $45K a year and has an 800 credit score, he can get a house. He can save up his money for a down payment. He can get a nice ass Honda Accord with $800, $600 payments. He can pay rent, and a woman he meets, he can fit her right in. He can fit her right up in there. Bam. Now she want to work. If she get a job, she get a job at maybe, a little desk office job, something, something easy, bring in an extra $20K a year. And that little bit of money just used for, small stuff around the house and vacations and different things, that shit can work. And men have, and the guy who at McDonald's, who's a manager, who got to pay the mortgage, he's going to pay that mortgage. Just that little $20,000 that's coming in, that money can be for save up 5 of that to go on vacation twice a year. But if women came to the table right now and said, you know what? We don't want to fight you guys anymore. We just want to be feminine and helpmeets to the man we love. This should be solved literally overnight. men would come to the table ASAP. ASAP. So the friction of pushing these issues is on you guys. You guys are pushing lines, Xyrax. You guys are the ones, or since Oprah, Ricky Lake. The women are the one pushing the line for equality. The women are the one pushing the line for higher pay so they can work more and make more money. You guys are pushing the line. Men are not going to say, hey, we just want to make our women work more because we feel they got to work more. We're not pushing the line. Women want to be heard. They want to vote. Oppressed. Do you know what oppressed means? You know what oppressed means? No woman has ever been oppressed by their husband. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. If he's paying the bills, providing a general lifestyle for you of everything you need, and that you don't have to work, why not take that deal? Long as he's been loyal, long as you guys can conflict resolution together, long as you guys have good chemistry, you should be all right. But no, you women want more. You want to leave the guy at McDonald's who's a McDonald's manager to take the guy who's the CEO. But then when you get the guy who's the CEO, he got a gang of bitches. Because he's making $250,000 a year. So he has you, he has a side piece, and a couple other women on his trail. Because he can afford it. And this is what women don't understand. The higher the earner, the less likely he's going to have one woman. The higher the earner, the less likely he's going to have time to listen to all your bullshit. Because the more money he makes, the more hours most likely he's going to have to work. And a high earner definitely is not going to go for the bullshit. So women got to be careful what they ask for. You got the average man here who makes average money. He can't afford to go out and be with all these different women. He got to go to work, come home, and deal with you and his family. Now you guys may not have the Gucci, you may not have all the fancy things, but you will have what you need because most likely he's a manager at McDonald's. He makes $45K, $50K salary, and he has 800 credit score. You get your coach purse. You're good. Both of you guys got a car. You got a Kia, and he has a Toyota Tundra. That's a nice life right there. I know it. To me, that's efficient. You go to work, you work part-time, you bring home $30K. You bring home $30K a year after taxes. He brings home $40K after $36K after taxes. That's enough money saved on the side after all the bills are paid for a nice boat trip or a nice vacation to Miami, to the beach, or wherever, wherever you want to go. You go out the country. Because then he can save up his vacation time. You have your vacation time, and you guys plan it out together. Then right when y'all come that day, that month, when both of you guys are eligible for all your vacation time, boom, you put in for your vacations at the same day, same time. They both get approved. Plan a trip to wherever it is you fucking want to go. And build on that. Because that time will give you guys a whole bunch of opportunity to make up for lost time. And to be honest with you, this life is a much more simpler life. Because let me tell you something. When couples come into a lot of money or have a lot of access to capital, their relationships tend to get worse. So you guys got to be careful what you're asking for. And this is why you guys end up putting a for sale sign up, because you're so busy trying to prove the world wrong and show the world that we can do this without men. We don't need a man. And once, you start slipping, bills start becoming overwhelming, you're on the edge, might get your car repoed, that for sale sign, that for sale sign go up. Yeah. And now you've for sale to the highest bidder. Now you're looking at men for access to somebody come in and take care of the bills that you're struggling to pay. Listen, women, oppression is such a word you guys throw around. How is being in a average lifestyle being oppressed? You still get to have your social network. You still get to go to work and still talk to the people you talk to at work. You still get to be at home. You still get to go shopping on the weekends when you want to for the little things you need. Maybe, like I said, you might have to catch all the sales. Women like sales anyway. You guys get way more everything on 50% off, and you guys are way more cheaper than we are. Whenever I go into the store, men, we don't have no sales. Women have 100,000 sales. But you guys are never satisfied.
He sits down with them. He breaks down all their finances. He said, if you're going to sit down with me, you're going to take my class, and I'm going to give it to y'all for free because y'all friends. He said, but I coach people on this all across the country. He's like, I'm going to break down all your finances, but you got to be ready to get butt naked. That means I got to go all up in y'all business. He says, the only way I'm going to work with y'all. He sits down with them. He said, I just went through all your finances. I found $60,000. I found that in both of y'all's finances separately. He said, let me put y'all on this program that me and my wife on. We put everything together. And then there's an allotment. There's like a percentage that we're going to put out towards each person weekly. Now it's going to start off hard because you're not used to doing it, correct? But it's like, okay, we make $100,000 a year, but this is what we're going to give each other, almost like an allowance. That's going to be for your extra money every single week.
My parents.
Now, if you spend it, like if you spend it all, you spent it. But if you save it, you're saving it. So after 12 months, you do have your own separate money, but the bulk of it comes from one place, and the percentages come out of that. They're never going to have a financial argument. They're never going to who's going to pay the bills argument. They're never going to have a mortgage argument because all the money's in one place. Now, everything else you do, your shoes, your nails, your hair, whatever he want to get, games, whatever he does with him and his son, it comes out of that percentage that he's getting. And he didn't spend it for 2 years. So all of that money he had extra saved up. Same thing with her. She likes to buy the bags, the purses, this, that, and the third. That was an argument when they kept everything separate. But once they put it together and they had a calculation on every dime has a place.
It's pretty good.
And they were able to save more than the people that's on me. Everybody's going into marriage now on me. And you're you. No, you're going into marriage to be us. And that's that's one thing. That's one word. Those people, when people start thinking like that, it's going to be a lot of less financial arguments. But if you come in thinking like an individual, you're going to be in your marriage like an individual. And you're going to have these stupid knick-knacky financial arguments.
All right. Relationship advice, financial relationship advice brought to you by the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company Incorporated.
So, bottom line, the women are bringing their own war. And they're not turning it back. women are fighting a war for supremacy, for equality, and they're doing whatever it takes to try to get this victory. And that means if they got to sell themselves, they'll do it. This is why the prostitution is growing. This is why it's growing at a hell of a rate. Because what women are doing is they're selling themselves so they can still get the money. And then they say, hey, look, I did it without a man. But really, they got the money from a man that they charged for the services that they were charging. That's what's going on out here. So what they're doing is no longer hitching a wagon to a man anymore to get money anymore. Now what they're doing is just paying them they just charge them for services. Conversation. You want to talk? I got phone bills. You want my number? I got a car note. You know, that needs to be paid monthly. See, women hate paying bills. That's one thing about it. Y'all pay, but y'all hate to pay it. Because the problem with paying bills is it's always going to take a chunk out of, you know, the money that you brought in. It's going to keep you on a hamster wheel. And y'all don't like that. So then y'all find men, y'all start looking for men to take upon these things so that you can save all your money and say, look, I did it without you. I didn't need no man. Look at me. I'm self-efficient. Now knowing that you had 14 dudes paying different bills for you. So thank you for coming to the show. Hit the like button. Show a nigga some love. And Rufus is out.